Hey, what's up, people? JayDub here. So I thought I was done with doing question and answer videos on YouTube because something just didn't feel right when I did question and answer videos, but I guess I'm bringing it back. What I'm going to do is start recording myself as I'm on my live show every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the side show on JayDubShow.com. What I'm going to do is, because I do like a question and answer every week on there, so what I'm going to do is record myself as I'm talking on the live show, then upload it onto YouTube after I get done. And I think that would be a great remedy to the whole situation. Basically, I would just, serving two purposes, basically, killing two birds with one stone. So I think that's a good remedy to the situation. But I am still looking for a regular video series to start doing on YouTube. And I'm not talking about one specific video like, make a video about the Divas. What I'm talking about is, I'm looking for a series of videos to do. Like, I can do the same type of video every week, but it would be different content, such as, like when I do my videos on Raw, it's like a Raw review. That's my series of videos that I do, and I upload one of those virtually every week, and I talk about different things in those videos. But, yeah, I'm looking for another video to start doing. So what video series should I incorporate into the JayDub 8907 channel? Hopefully you let me know your feedback if you want to leave it on this video, or if you want to go to my channel page. I'm sure you know what it is, youtube.com/JayDub8907, and I have right at the top of the page where you can add your ideas. People can vote on them, all of that good stuff. So your help would be greatly appreciated. So what I'm going to do right now is answer some questions, and then next week I'm going to start the recording myself on the live show and then bringing that to YouTube, maybe adding a little more stuff. Who knows? But on to the questions. People have been asking me ever since Monday. I've gotten so many people asking me this question. JayDub, who do you think is the NXT limo driver? Oh, the NXT limo driver is Rikishi. He did it for The Rock. Oh, the NXT limo driver is Bryan Danielson. Oh, it's so many. It's Chris Jericho. It's this person, that person. You know who I think the NXT rookie limo driver is? A damn limo driver. Like, that's it. Like, I just think it's a regular old limo driver. Like, when I was looking at Raw, there was nothing intriguing about me, about the limo driver to me. Like, I didn't look like, I wonder who's driving that limo. I just thought it was somebody that WWE paid off, like a stunt guy, a stand-in, and just get in the limo, drive the limo, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, do what you need to do, and then move on. Like, I didn't think it was anything significant to be looked up on, but you guys are speculating. It's a great thing though, because what this shows is that this angle has thrown the rule book completely out of the window, when it comes to this angle, because people are so talking about how WWE is predictable, how they know what's going to happen before it happens, and how they know how everything is laid out. With this NXT angle and the things that have been happening, it's like people don't know the difference between left and right. Like, it's just driving people crazy. But I think that's a good thing, though, because they take things like something that I would say is like whatever. Like, I look straight past the limo driver, but people are intrigued about it. Something as simple as a limo driver, people are intrigued about it. So I think that's the great thing about this angle, and I think it clearly shows the success of this angle with that, with that example. And speaking of NXT, I was talking about the Season 1 rookies and their little limo and this mysterious limo driver. Let's move on to Season 2. I haven't given my thoughts on the rookies on YouTube yet, but I will be right now. I'll say straight off the bat, there's a line drawn straight down the middle of this second season of NXT. There are 4 rookies who I really like, and there are 4 rookies who I could, care less about. Some people I want to see more of, and some people I want off my TV. So let's start off with number 8. I would put Titus O'Neal at number 8. I called this guy as soon as I saw him Michael Tarver 2.0, and then he reinforced that when he got on the mic last week. He said something. What did he say? He said, if you want to make it a fight, make it a fight, and if you want to make it a win, then make it a win. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Then, that sounded exactly like something Michael Tarver would say. So Titus O'Neal, I'm not really feeling him right now. Number 7, I would put Eli Cottonwood. It seems like he's just an attraction. He's just there for his size. Now, I'm not going to write him off completely, because there's 2 routes that he can go with this. He can go the Kali route, or he can go the Big Show route, and those are like my 2 of the definitions of like big guys. I think Big Show, he's a pretty entertaining character. He's not the best wrestler, but he does as best as he can with his size, and he actually like excels at it. Like, I think Big Show is a really entertaining character, but as far as Khali goes, he's playing a comedy character right now, but I never found anything interesting about Khali at all. Like, he's just there because of his size. So I want to know, is Eli Cottonwood going to go the route of Big Show, or is he going to go the route of Khali? Seeming like right now, he's more on the side of the great Khali, and yeah, I'm not feeling that either. On to number 6, Percy Watson. This guy annoys the hell out of me. He's just so jumpy and jittery and energetic for seemingly no reason at all. He's like a little damn toddler that won't sit down and just jumpy all over the place. But I'm not gonna kill him, you know, because of his personality, because we see so many times in wrestling where people hardly have any personality at all, and this guy has a personality, but he just needs to tone it down a little bit. So yeah, I will put him at number 6. Number 5, I have Lucky Cannon. I don't hate this guy, but I can't say that I like him too much quite yet, because I haven't seen anything interesting about him. It's just I don't really like the last 3 guys, and for him, I don't really care much about him, so I will put him at number 5. So those were the 4 that, you know, are on the bad side. The good side, here we go. Number 4, Husky Harris. He kind of reminded me of Samoa Joe when I first saw him in the ring. Now, I know they are 2 completely different characters, but they both are big guys, and when you see them at first, you wouldn't think that they move as fast as they do in the ring. And Husky Harris, he got in the ring and he really surprised me in a very good way. And yeah, so I would put him at number 4. Number 3, Michael McGuillicutty. As we see with Ted DiBiase right now, we have a lot of multi-generation superstars that will want to rely on their parents' legacies and not build their own legacy, you know. But Michael McGuillicutty, and I hate that name, Michael McGuillicutty. Like, why would you announce? And this is for him and also Husky Harris. They're both multi-generation superstars. Why would you announce that they are multi-generation superstars and then change their names? Like, where the hell did Harris come from if Rotunda is Husky's dad's name? Like, you announce his dad is, you know, Rotunda, and then you give him Husky Harris, and then Michael McGillicutty, he's the son of Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, and you give him the last name McGillicutty. Like, where the hell did that come from? So yeah, I would put him at number 3. It seems like he's not trying to rely too much off of his father's legacy. He doesn't even, like, if you would have told me that was, you know, if you wouldn't have told me that Kurt Hennig was his dad, I would have never thought it at all, because he seems like a completely different character from his father, but still, you know, he's pretty good in the ring from what I saw. So I can't wait to see how his character develops. And yeah, he doesn't seem like a void of personality on the mic, and yeah, so it looks like they may have a potential in this guy. Number 2, I have Kaval. Now, I know a lot of people we're going to automatically put him at number 1, because, you know, this is like the only wrestler out of the bunch that people knew before he came to NXT. You know, same thing with Bryan Danielson last year. But, you know, I would put Kaval at number 2. Not going to hate on him, because he just seems like the epitome of cool to me. You know, people bash that little ring attire that he wears. I think the ring attire that he wears looks kind of cool. You know, he has different colors and stuff, but, you know, that's besides the point. But yeah, Kaval, he has a cool voice. He has cool moves in the ring. Like, when I first looked at him, I compared his style to Evan Bourne. Now, same thing what I said with Husky Harris and Samoa Joe. They're 2 completely different characters, but Kaval is so different. His style is so different from what we usually see in WWE. Like, the only person that is remotely close to his in-ring style that I would go with Evan Bourne. So Kaval, but he's a more intense wrestler than Evan Bourne is. I really like that about him, and he's great in the ring. He is great. Like, he's a real exciting wrestler, and the crowd actually got behind him in his first match in WWE. So yeah, and in that first match, he was going up against the guy that I have in the number 1 spot. That guy is Alex Riley. I am so, like, utterly impressed by this guy. He seems like he seems like kind of like The Miz. He reminds me of The Miz. He kind of looks like him. He kind of has that douche type personality, but that's all good as far as I'm concerned. Alex Riley, he's great on the mic. He's good in the ring. Like, he has the look. He has a total package. He's like a tall guy. Vince likes those type of guys. I think in Alex Riley, they have a surefire. If he continues to, you know, I will say with him, I'm not going to go crazy over him yet, because I was disappointed last year with David Otunga. Like, I looked at David Otunga, all I saw was his look, his star power, and his mic skills, and I said, oh, you know, he's great, and David Otunga, I can't say he disappointed me. I'll say my expectations were set too high with David Otunga. I expected too much out of him based on, not based on the total package, because when it comes to the in-ring ability, he failed at that. He was good at everything else, but when it came to in-ring ability, he failed at that. So as far as Alex Riley goes, before I go goo-goo over him, I will say I have to see more from him in the ring, because I just don't want to feel disappointed in this. But if he is as good in the ring or even better than what we saw last night, in the long haul, I really think WWE has a surefire main eventer, a future star, world champion in this guy. Alex Riley seemed like he's a real deal, so I will put him at number 1 on my list of NXT rookies. On to the next question. Speaking of shows that only get, you know, 1.0 ratings, let's talk about TNA. People have been asking me, oh, JayDub, why don't you talk about TNA on YouTube anymore? It seems as if you're trying to, you know, say TNA is insignificant. You know, you don't even hardly talk about it anymore. Well, I haven't talked about TNA thoroughly since they got the boot off of Monday nights. We all know about that. But there's a simple reason why I don't talk about TNA on YouTube. It's because I don't watch TNA anymore. I stopped watching. Like, the last episode of Impact I watched, like I said, that was when they got the boot off of Monday nights. I haven't watched Impact since then. I tuned into a bit of their pay-per-view before Slammiversary. I forgot the name of the damn pay-per-view. Then I tuned into a smidge of Slammiversary. I saw enough to see Desmond Wolfe and Abyss arguing over a teddy bear that was wrapped in barbed wire. Like, so, hey, but yeah, I don't watch TNA. The only wrestling show that I watch on Spike TV is Half Pint Brawlers. It's the truth. So, on to the next question. Undertaker. People have been asking me, who do I think he should face at WrestleMania 27? I would say Undertaker should face none other than John Cena. And I also have a question about John Cena I'm going to get to. That's the last question of this video. He should face John Cena at WrestleMania, because I think what WWE should be doing, and they've been pretty successful at doing this for the past 2 years with Shawn Michaels, is they should make sure they pair Undertaker up with somebody who it elicits a debate about his streak, because Undertaker's streak, it's an attraction of WrestleMania now. Like, Undertaker doesn't even need to be in a world title match at WrestleMania, because his streak, that's a title in itself. You know, the streak is a title. And yeah, so what they need to do with the streak is make sure they pair Undertaker up with somebody who elicits debate. It shouldn't be like an open and shut case, like, oh, well, the Undertaker is going to win. He's going to keep the streak. The streak is going to stay intact, you know, whatever. Because like I said, it's an attraction. Just look at this last WrestleMania. It was the main event of the show. Him and Shawn Michaels, they weren't even wrestling for a title. So, yeah. And I think John Cena would be the perfect person to elicit a debate. As you know, because there is a great chance that John Cena could beat Undertaker at WrestleMania if they ever faced off versus each other. And I'm not saying that John Cena should or would win. All I'm saying is that it would cause the question, it would cause people to question whether WWE would keep Undertaker's streak intact, because we know John Cena as the golden boy, the company man, the face of WWE. This would really concern people, and it will really get them heated and fired up. Like, oh, if John Cena beats Undertaker at WrestleMania, I'm going off, and we're gonna riot and stuff like that. That's what WWE needs to do with Undertaker's streak. They need to have it at a place where it isn't so predictable, and John Cena would be the perfect person for that. But as far as who Undertaker should face, if he was going to end the streak, who should he face to beat him in the streak? If the streak had to end, I would say give it to a young guy. I would say give it to a young guy because, like, John Cena, he has so many accolades already. Triple H, he has so many accolades already. Why not give it to a young guy and build his character up around that? Say somebody like Ted DiBiase or Dolph Ziggler, and they could have a potential storyline with the Ted DiBiase thing. You know, he's talking about his father so much. His father was the one who brought The Undertaker into the WWE, you know, so that could be a potential storyline right there. Ted DiBiase Sr. brings The Undertaker into WWE. Ted DiBiase Jr. sends him away. So, yeah. But my final question is, somebody asked me my thoughts on John Cena. I would say straight off the bat, I don't hate John Cena. And I know people just gassed and like dropped it. I'm like botching my speech right now. Bret Hart moment. I didn't mean. Wow. Bret Hart is cool in my book though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure people like dropped their jaws when I said I don't hate John Cena, because I think it's like the #1 rule in the internet wrestling community rule book that you have to hate John Cena. I don't. I think he gets a lot of undue criticism. I think people hate him. The people who hate him, I think they go a bit too far with it. Even though I sometimes agree with them, I still think that they go too far, because they talk about John Cena like he's completely insignificant, like he doesn't even deserve to be in wrestling, like he serves no purpose whatsoever, and that's entirely untrue. I think the thing with that is people are expecting, it's like they expect every wrestler to be for them. Like they expect every wrestler to cater to them, and that's just not how it goes. Like I understand that John Cena doesn't cater to people like me. John Cena is supposed to be a hero to children, kind of like what Hulk Hogan was in the 80s. Like that's what John Cena is. Like he doesn't cater to me, so I'm not a big. While I said I don't hate John Cena, I'm still not a big fan of his, because you know, like his critics and his haters would say that he's repetitive. But to defend him a little bit, as far as the in-ring thing goes, everybody has their signature moves. Everybody does. Like Stone Cold, he had the mud stomp, he had the 2-finger salute, he had the you know, the where he pounces on the guy and just starts brawling on him. He had the Stone Cold Stunner. The Rock, he had the Spine Buster. He had the People's Elbow. He had the Rock Bottom. Everybody has their signature moves. Triple H, he has the you know, his various moves involved with the knee drop, the knee smash, the running knee smash. You know, he has his things too. So every wrestler has that. Virtually every wrestler does. So I think John Cena gets a lot of undue criticism from that. But as far as his promos go, I do think they are a bit repetitive. Like every month or so, he gives the same fucking promo. Like all you have to do, it's like all you have to do is exchange the name, whether it's Randy Orton, whether it's Batista, whether it's Sheamus. It's just the same promo over and over again. If he loses a match, oh, you know, guys, I know I lost this match, and I know you guys are disappointed in me, but I'm gonna come back because I never quit, never give up, and the champ is here. You know, that same Disney-ass, like, football coach promo that you would see in like a Disney movie after the people lost, and then at the end of the movie they all come back and they win. Like that's exactly what I see with John Cena. But yeah, so basically in my thoughts on him, I don't hate him, not really a big fan of his, but I respect him for what he does. Like I respect him for his dedication. I respect him for the effort that he puts in. I respect him for what he does outside of WWE. Like he does work with Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's one of the most requested celebrities. People want to meet him. He meets with the kids. He grants them their wishes. He just seems like such a nice guy outside of wrestling. I can't hate him at all. And also he stood up for Daniel Bryan. He said he wished that WWE would bring him back, and he would sign a petition wanting to bring Bryan Danielson now. Bring Bryan Danielson back to WWE. And what else would And another thing that I will say about Cena, I do wish that he would open up his character more, because his character seems so constrained. Like his promos, they kind of seem repetitive, and I know that John Cena has better wrestling ability than what he displays, but we have to remember that WWE, they want him to be this way. Like, that's what they want from John Cena, and it's working because, you know, he has his group of fans. He's the most popular wrestler in WWE right now, so, you know, even if people like some of you watching right now hate him, he still has his crowd, so he's doing what he needs to do to cater to the people that he wants to. So, yeah, and speaking of Bryan Danielson, I think it's safe to say that he's going from WWE, like, for real, because he posted on his Twitter account that he's now looking for indie bookings. I don't think WWE would have a kayfabe firing of him and him still be under WWE contract, and they would let him go out doing indie bookings. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say all of our hopes have been crushed, and I guess we can just move on about it. So, that is my video. This is a Q&A. I think this was pretty successful. So, I don't know. You let me know your thoughts on all of the questions I answered. Who are your top, how would you rank the NXT rookies? Who do you think is a limo driver? If you still think it's, you know, somebody to be noted, who do you want Undertaker to face at next year's WrestleMania? Do you think the streak should ever end at all? And what are your thoughts on John Cena? I am JayDub. Peace out.